if companies treated Autism Awareness Month like Pride Month. Here at Disney, we're well known for being progressive and inclusive. For example, we've introduced our first ever gay character every year for the last 7 years. Terms and conditions apply, selected territories only. But for Autism Awareness Month, we thought we'd let you know that you've already seen some autistic characters in your favourite Disney films. You may recognise Game Central Station, but you may not have realised there was an autistic character there all along. Rogue One saw us introduce the first autistic character in a Star Wars film. And we even had an autistic character in Avengers Infinity War, one of the biggest films of all time. Yes, here at Disney, autistic people are a very important piece of our storytelling puzzle.
I'm Mark Grimshaw and I'm autistic. I'm aware you might not have seen an autistic comedian before, by the way. I'm aware there's not that many autistic comedians. I'm surprised there aren't more autistic comedians, to be honest, considering how much we fucking love routines.
One of the diagnostic criteria for autism is taking things very literally, so I thought I'd tell a quick story. I once went for a job interview, and it was one of those group interview workshop things, and we were all asked to bring an item that describes ourselves. So for example, one person bought a joke book because they were the class clown, but they didn't get the job. One person bought some matches, I can't remember why, but that was not appreciated in the waxwork museum we were applying for. So it came to me and they said, "Mark, what item have you brought with you that describes yourself?" And I just slowly held up my NHS autism diagnostic report and said, well, this describes me in far too much detail, if anything. I quite like the fact that that story could fit in the back of the diagnostic report as a footnote, just to say, yeah, we were definitely correct. I didn't get the job.
I'll tell you a bit about how my autism affects me. I'm not going to be the strongest performer you see this evening. I'm not going to have the best delivery. Essentially, every Let's Play Royal Mail, just delivering the punchline straight to you. I'm going to be Yodel. I'm going to be chucking shit over your fence, hope it lands safely, and that is as good as this is going to get. I do have a follow-up punchline to that joke, but unfortunately I'm unable to deliver it now. It should be with you next 3 to 5 working days.
Just thought I'd go on Amazon and look at some of the autism merch, the Spectrum swag. It takes a special mum to hear what a son cannot say. Oh my god, we found the autism whisperer, everybody. I can't decide what I hate more about this pin, the fact that it's the ableist jigsaw puzzle imagery, or the fact that they can't even do a jigsaw puzzle correctly. Autism mum, unbreakable, wearing her jigsaw puzzle top there. Now, I don't know, I'm no expert on jigsaw puzzles, and forgive me for tearing down so many years of ableist imagery like this, but I'm pretty sure the whole point of jigsaw puzzles is that they are breakable. Autism is my superpower. I can go super small. I have super strength. I am super awkward in social situations. Avengers, try not to assemble. It makes me deeply uncomfortable. I am an autism mum. My wallet is empty, my nerves are shot, my voice is hoarse, my schedule is crazy, and my heart is full. And that also works if you remove the word autism. Sister of a... warrior? Warrior, right? No. Wait, no, say I wouldn't hire me for this. I'm actually autistic.
I'm going to start by telling you a bit about myself. I'm single, but I've recently done what my people are expected to do and have applied for the Undateables. And I thought I'd read the application form for you tonight. The first question they ask is condition, because obviously you have to be disabled to be on the show. The first thing they ask is condition, so I put stable. What do you do for a living? I said I write fake applications to television dating shows. Final one, this is my personal favourite. How would you describe yourself? I said, with adjectives.
if companies treated Autism Awareness Month like Pride Month. Here at Asda, we're known for changing our logo to support social causes or celebrate special events. For example, when we were acquired by Walmart, we changed our logo to represent that. Well, either that or that wasn't the whole logo, but it just hasn't finished buffering yet. Every year we change our logo for Pride Month. And now for Autism Awareness Month we're proud to change our logo again. Why? Because you can't spell Asda without ASD. And we really hope that makes our autistic customers feel more welcome as they walk into our loud, crowded, bright sensory hellscapes.
It's quite weird being autistic, because I don't know if you're aware, but there's a group of people called anti-vaxxers who believe that vaccines cause autism and therefore won't vaccinate their kids because they think it will make their kids autistic. And it's quite weird knowing that there's potentially people in this room that are looking at me and thinking, yeah, you're all right, but it'd be better if you had social skills and diphtheria. Little insight into the process on that joke. I spent about 20 minutes trying to work out which is the funniest disease that you can get a vaccination for. Turns out diphtheria is the answer. There is one thing that I agree with the anti-vaxxer, though. I think we should find a cure for autism under the one condition that that cure is a vaccine, just to see how much it fucks with them.
So I was once at a gig and I was sat in the green room and another act came up to me and went, "You're autistic, aren't you?" And I went, "Yeah, because I am." And they pulled a deck of cards out of their bag and went, "If I threw these on the floor, could you quickly count them?" And I just sat there like, fuck off with that. Like, do not pull that shit. Do not be like, "Oh, you're autistic. Hey, do some quick math." Like, absolutely not. But also, it is 54. It was a full deck of cards and two jokers. It was 54. I always find it weird when people criticise autism self-diagnosis. Like, the first stage of an autism diagnosis is thinking you're autistic. You don't just find out by accident. Like, you don't just get a phone call from a doctor saying, "Surprise, you're autistic." Hagrid doesn't just turn up at your door and go, "You're autistic, Harry." I'm a what? You don't go to a neurodiversity reveal party and open a box to reveal a single puzzle piece. Like, I didn't go into hospital for my appendicitis and wake up after the operation to have the doctor tell me, "Oh, we've got your appendix out, plus we also found some autism." Like, it's not how it works.
So I had an audition to be a presenter on E4.
Fuck off.
Yeah. The way it was set up outside and we had to film an interview with someone, but it was a member of the team from E4. And before I went, someone asked all of the questions that I thought of asking. So I desperately tried to mix it up, and I did GCSE maths questions for the interview. And this is a quote from how that went. Me, Nadia has £5 to buy pencils and rulers. Pencils cost 8p each, rulers cost 30p each. She says, "I will buy 15 pencils and then I'll buy as many rulers as possible with my change and I will buy more pencils." How many pencils and how many rulers does she buy? The interviewee said, "I can't work that out in my head. I'm going to need a pen and paper." I replied, "There's no pens or paper available, I'm afraid. This stationery shop only sells pencils and rulers." Absolute silence. So, yeah, if you're wondering whether I got the job on E4, you're currently watching this on YouTube and
I think it's nice how, as a society, we've moved on from some autistic stereotypes. So, for example, I was at work earlier and someone needed some quick maths doing, and not one person looked to either of the two autistic people in the room. Or at least I don't think they did. I was avoiding eye contact with everyone at the time.